I never send anybody a harassing message. You never want to do that. You never want to privately harass someone. That crosses a line, in my opinion. You always want to publicly harass. The point of harassing is so that a large group of people could all have a nice laugh or share a nice thrill of an expose. Without the people watching, it's just a real brutal. It's a crime. So I'll show you what happened with David Spade. Everybody knows David Spade, right? From Tommy Boy. And I've kind of had enough of David Spade. I kind of don't really... It all popped into my head when I saw him comment this. I go, I don't like him anymore.
Well, we saw him a couple weeks ago on Club Random.
He was on Bill Maher's Club Random, and it's the same old shtick with David Spade. I mean... We get it. He's the short guy, but he gets tall models, or I think that's what used to happen in 2000. And he kind of just still lives in this space with the girls and the hitting on people and needing to be a sex guy. And we really have no patience for sex guys, especially when they're doing it publicly on Instagram and they're trying to get in there and you ever seen this? And then one of the beautiful women's Instagram pages. In this case, it happens to be a real beauty. Probably one of the only Instagram models I jack off to. Chloe Fineman from Saturday Night Live. And this is really interesting because I don't know if you know who Chloe is from SNL, but if you do know her, you've probably been a little like, what's her deal? What's her problem? I really don't like her. And you'd be spot on if you think that. And maybe you saw her on Architectural Digest. Can we pull up Chloe? Send me Chloe's Instagram first. I'll show you how this all started. It's very funny that Spade and Chloe from SNL came together in this way. Because we were kind of thinking about picking on Chloe a few weeks ago. We put her in our notes a few weeks ago. We like to pick a few SNL cast members to go after per year.
I don't pick them. They come to me, I see them, and I go.
They come to you. And it's been a while. We used to have A.D. Bryant. True Ice Cream Cone, A.D. True Ice Cream Cone. She's outside of, what's that damn place where they do SNL and there's the ice skating ring with Tina Fey, 30 Rock. And you see A.D. Bryant walking out there with her two giant cones. And it's like, is anybody going to tell her? Maybe, enough with the cones. Finally, they got rid of A.D. Bryant, little baby A.D., who has also blocked me on Instagram. We're hoping for a Chloe Fineman block today. You'll see why. A.D. blocks me, and then SNL gets a new A.D. Did you see that one? And I think she's like their first. Did you see this? It was a sketch where they said it's SNL's first bi-normative. This is a touchy topic right now in the world. Bi-gender. What do they call that thing? Binary. Woo. SNL got their first binary cast member, and it's this fat woman who's doing A.D. Bryant's thing. She's basically a replacement for A.D. Bryant. A.D. Bryant didn't really have a lot of fans, so I'm not sure what the deal was with that, why they would want to even replace her. But Chloe Fineman is our target today, and we're going to show you who she is. Maybe you've seen her around. Let me pull her up for you. Here she is on Instagram. Have I been blocked? Oh, not blocked by Chloe yet. Let me find a normal picture of her. Or maybe we should pull up that video, Architectural Digest.
Yeah, I put it in next up.
Get me that one, and we will watch Chloe. First, I'll show you a picture. Here she is from the show we're going to watch. Oh, wait. It's probably a bad one. They have any regular photos? Their agents have all told them, make videos. They get more clicks. You ever try to go to somebody's Instagram now? It's all videos. You click on a thumbnail hoping that's what it's going to be. You might have to wait 3 minutes into this video now to see what you're actually seeing there. So, okay, here she is. Have you seen this girl on SNL? She thinks she's real hot. She ain't. Let's watch this video. You'll start to get a better idea of why we're in trouble with Chloe Fineman. New Foolette. Chloe Fineman, should we see? This is, we love this show, Architectural Digest. Is that it? Come on in, AD. Let me show you my home. And we really get to the bottom of who these people are. A lot of these guys, we saw Jesse Pinkman was on this show. You can see how he lives. We are not Jesse Pinkman fans here either. He's been on some terrible behavior lately. You know, he celebrates Logan Paul and Chris D'Elia. Or wait, he hates Logan Paul.
Yes.
Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad hates Logan Paul. Loves Chris D'Elia. He's always supporting. You'll always see him in Chris D'Elia's Instagram saying, go, Chris. Love supporting you. Don't let the haters bring you. So when the Rolling Stone article comes out about Chris's 8 rapes, allegedly, Aaron Paul sees this and decides, you know what, I'm going to go over to Chris D'Elia's page and tell him how great he is. He's a great guy. I like him today. Today on the Rolling Stone Day expose, that's when I like him the most. To me, that's crazy to do, right? Even if you're friends with him. Shouldn't you lay low on the big Rolling Stone rape day? You really shouldn't be going out publicly as Aaron Paul and trying to show that you love Chris D'Elia, which he does every day. Here's Chloe Fineman, and then we'll get into what David Spade did to get me and him to be on bad terms, which I hope maybe we could rile up Spade's at that age. He's at that age where he's not going to like Redbar. All right, here she is.
Hi, AD. I've always wanted to do that. I'm Chloe Fineman, and this is Peach, and welcome to our home.
No. Do we have codes?
She says something crazy like every scene.
Okay.
So
let's just watch
the
a little.
feeling I want when people enter this apartment is rich. This is a rental. I don't think AD's ever done a rental, but I wouldn't say I'm rich, but I would say I have very expensive taste. So come to France.
So she's about to start doing it. Hopefully we could catch this. I did want this noted out, but I guess we don't have notes for this. What we're trying to catch here, she starts doing the Foulette's panic. Okay, we could call it that. The Foulette's panic. We've seen Whitney Cummings do this too, where they're trying to be funny, but they can't quite think enough. So they start saying something real cringe. And they don't really have a lot of faith in it by the time the sentence is over, so they get caught in a fool's panic. In this case, Foulette's. Let's see if we could catch her.
That's where we are. My sister made this incredible painting, but this matches this rug that I got from ABC Carpet, which is my favorite place in New York. I've been going there almost 20 years, which is crazy. This is a chair that I saw.
Which is crazy. So we don't like that. That already starts us going, what? What'd she do? No, that's very minor. Let's see if we could catch a few more.
On Instagram several years ago.
You guys watch this show?
A woman in Rhode Island and was like, how do I get this? And then she made it for me. This is a regretsy, but now I'm trying not to regret it. It looked very different.
A regretsy. No. Is that how they talk in the SNL writers' room? Are all the writers on strike? I heard they're getting 3% more per year, possibly, for this strike. After costing the studios billions. I'm really... You know who's on my side with this writer strike? Bill Maher. Yep. Bill Maher says they should get back to work.
On Etsy, and then it's painted. But it looks really expensive from afar, but close up it's like...
There's going to be
I think this woman took puffy paint and stencils and tried to say this was an Italian antique pillow. Brick is huge. Brick is huge in New York. I live for brick. The brick is lit. There's just something about brick and brick colors. To find this apartment and every apartment I've ever lived in, search brick on Craigslist. Ooh. You just put in brick.
Well, I can't take it.
What I love about it is
I can't
really
take that.
A kink for crown molding. Hundreds of people applied to live here, and I wrote basically a love letter about the crown molding and also that I was conceived on this block. Turns out I wasn't conceived, but my parents did live here in the 70s. So, hey, that's cool.
Okay, let's see what she gets into. Remember, this is the girl David Spade got me in trouble.
Lamp. But there's no ceiling light, which I guess back in the day, people felt that overhead lighting was unflattering because you can get Botox and all the fun little secret things we do these days. I love. She's got indented nipples, which I had as a child, fun fact, and I relate to her. She doesn't have a name, but it was cool. I got this from Pearson Ward, and you could choose if you wanted cold or intense.
We don't need to see, and with these shows, this architecture, show us the house. We don't need to see what's on your shelf. We don't need to see the knick-knack. We don't need to see these little tiny, this is and they'll show this. Show the walls, the kitchen, the rooms, the architecture, not the knickknacks. Speaking of knickknacks, you know who got a new shelving unit? Crystal Ball and Anish Magish.
Wow.
What's that show called?
Breaking Points.
Breaking Points. You guys watched the politically motivated Breaking Points show with Crystal Ball? I heard there was a fallout with Joe Rogan and Crystal Ball.
I did read
What happened with that? Anybody know about that? Send some info to Jules. But Breaking Points, the show, they got a new set. Beautiful new set, right? Send that over. Maybe you could get me a Breaking Points video. We'll show you. They couldn't resist. They got the shelving unit. Every set in podcasting, they don't know what to do. They just forget what to do. They can't figure it out. So they put a shelving unit behind them. And then they get little knickknacks to represent things that, like Whitney Cummings has Nashville or some bullshit regarding where she's from originally, So she gets that knickknack, a little plant there. And it's all from Target. It looks like they've all purchased this stuff on the same day. I'm sorry, I'm really not into shelving units. Okay, let's go back to her. Then I'll show you Breaking Points. And David Spade, of course.
Here is where I keep my SNL badge that you actually need at all times. I've lost 5 or 6
there's
of
Jules back
these.
there.
And yet I still have the same photo. This was like my first day of work. And your girl looks terrified.
Okay, see, that's a moment that You see this kind of stuff here? This kind of stuff. And she's a Nepo baby, which I think the world hates.
She's a Scientologist.
Scientologist baby.
That's what people say.
So her parents are very high-profile Scientologists. And then, of course, she's the new queen of SNL. They're featuring her.
She's killed people. She's raped people.
They're trying to get her. They're trying to push this woman. You'll start seeing her everywhere. They are trying to push this woman on you. Did you see this?
Photo. This was like my first day of work. And your girl looks terrified.
No. Does she do a little singing?
I procrastinate with interior decorating, which is about the whitest woman thing I've ever said in my life. I don't know where it comes from. It's just sort of like calms me down. It's a problem, like it's a full-blown problem. And I will say, prior to doing this Architectural Digest video, this chair was about 7 different chairs. Here's my thing. I have like
I'm just trying to catch her one more time, then I'll show you
problem. When my boyfriend and I started dating and I moved into his house in LA, he was like, you get 1 velvet and 1 gold. And so in this apartment, everything's velvet and everything's gold because it's mine.
I think there's a big one coming up. Isn't there a big one coming up?
Come on, let's
That's
go
what I'm
into
holding out
this
for.
Sitting room. Initially, this was a dining room. I had this idea that it would be like Le Pan Quotidien.
Put the dog down.
It's like a big
Put
wood
the dog
table
down.
And people would gather and chat. And
I really don't like that when people involve their dogs in stuff that's not for a dog show. Like, I really get mad when Ethan Klein and those Kleins, they start, oh, here's Shredder. Oh, here's Alfredo and Trent. And they got these 2 nonsense dogs that nobody has business buying.
You can't draw them.
You can't draw these dogs. If you can't draw a dog and get his personality showing through the picture, that's not a good dog to buy. Not a good dog to buy. So I can't stand when people are picking up their dogs in a video and then everyone's playing with the dog. Everybody's telling the dog how cute it is. Not for me. Used to be for me. Years ago. Just in case you catch me with an old picture of a dog.
right. And then in the first year I lived here, we had 1 dinner party because the dog is bad. This is a monoprint that my sister Emma made. She basically gave me a bunch of pieces of paper. So I found this guy down the street in the West Village, and for 45 minutes every morning for the past 2 weeks, we would like repin everything. And let me tell you, lining up tits with a stranger is really a weird way to spend your morning. Multiple times he asked if it was me, but I really think it's beautiful. And the tits aren't fully aligned, but god damn it, did I try. I won't talk about the private part, but you can zoom in on that. Yeah, my sister drew some pubes. We're modern women.
Okay. Well, please watch the rest of that on your own if you really want to. If you like some subtle cringe.
She was also one of the hosts of the Met Gala red carpet this
yes,
year.
Yes,
she was.
Like I said, they're pushing her. They're pushing her. But what does this have to do with David Spade, you might ask? Well, David Spade has the hots for her. Okay. So we'll show you this. This is, do we have the Idol parody. So she is one of SNL's...
impressionists.
Yes, impersonators, okay? She does a lot of womanly impressions. They're a little rough. She did this one. Have you guys seen HBO's The Weeknd's The Idol? Have you seen this? We've got some opinions on The Idol. You're not going to believe our opinions on The Idol. I thought I wanted more nudity in shows. Maybe I don't. So she does a face swap. So I got to show you this. Hopefully everybody's seen The Idol.
Of course.
It's rated X. Rated X. 2X. If you haven't seen this girl who's in The Idol, it's Johnny Depp's daughter. She's got these tiny long titties.
They're entrancing.
She's constantly dancing. They're not. This is me the whole show.
I'm often entranced.
No. Stop. Don't even say that. Stop saying that. They're jacking off to that idea.
Entrances.
I'm going like this. To me, it's no different than watching Lena Dunham in Girls when she's naked. I'm going, oh. And you would think, Mike, I thought you were a nudity guy. I thought you were wanting so much more nudity in TV shows. You know, when this show, The Idol, was coming out, I was very excited because all the articles were saying they went too far with the nudity in the strong sexual content. And I said, this sounds great. I'm so glad finally, because people are so afraid to do any nudity now because of all the laws and the sex stuff. That they've been kind of backing away from that. You know, you used to watch any R-rated movie, used to have some great nudity in it. Used to. The nudity of today, whenever they do it, it's either a lesbian thing, a trans thing. It's a very, disgusting, dramatic type of thing. And The Idol is no different. Be careful what you ask for. They've put the nudity back in the show, but it doesn't work. She's got cuts all over her inner thighs. She's bleeding. She's very,
You don't like cutting. That's one of your
I don't like
things.
Cutting. And on this latest episode...
Are like, sure, cut yourself, fine.
No. That's Pete Davidson behavior. To me, this cutting is like the grossest thing you could do. Like, to me, there is no room for cutters. Like, I hope no cutters are listening to the show, because it's way worse than you think as far as, like, people seeing your old scars. You know, when I heard that Jeffree Star, the big Hila Klein looking Jeffree Star, he's got scars all over his legs, all over his stomach. Oh, yeah, sure, I used to cut myself. Yeah, That's not okay. That's too far. Pete Davidson. What do you think he's got all those tattoos for? It's to cover up the scars. I'm not kidding. He cuts himself for release. Release. You ever seen Release in the Insidious movies? Release. Anyway, here's The Idol, which has some sex stuff in it that I really, really don't like. I do not like The Weeknd. I'll go into that a little bit more. I'm very glad that this is tearing down The Weeknd's fan base. You know, The Weeknd is really losing this now. Everybody loved The Weeknd. He was a 5-star guy. Every time The Weeknd put something out, people loved it.
I will be continuing to watch, but The Weeknd's comment section is very hilarious.
Go to The Weeknd's Instagram. Everybody hates him now. He didn't realize, he's made himself into this character. And if you've read anything about how, he stopped production, mid-production, they had to reshoot everything because The Weeknd wanted to make it more. I think this show, he's playing exactly himself in this show.
That's what I believe.
This weekend. Okay, so I hope you've seen The Idol. I hope you've seen Johnny Depp's daughter. I can't imagine anybody missing that or being behind on that unless some people are like, I don't do HBO. I wait till this is on the other streaming sites where it's cheaper, a little bit cheaper for me. But Chloe Fineman's done a face swap, and she's pretending to be Jocelyn. That's now also not a name. You know, that reminds me of that girl who writes all the songs, the Logan Paul girl.
Yes, because her song name is Jocelyn.
Yeah.
I think of that every time, too.
So she did a face swap, but it's her real body that you're about to see, but they've done a face filter. I didn't know that. I thought this was actually her at the beginning, but of course it's a face swap, right?
They kind of look similar. I think she just put on one of those TikTok filters that yassifies.
Okay.
Made them look the same.
So here it is, and then we're going to have to, we have a screenshot of this David Spade stuff because I've been blocked.
It's in the note that you put.
Okay, let's watch this. This is, by the way, if you've got kids in the room, please cover them up. Here we go. We're going to have to unmute real quick.
My songs suck.
There she is.
Music should sound like a slut or a whore. Anyway, I met this guy last night. His name's Ted.
This is her bed.
He was like dressed in a bat cape, but I think he's gonna like change my career.
Now sing like.
Remember this from the show?
Do you believe in love after love?
Oh, no.
Music should sound like it's poly or like bi or like music doesn't have a gender. It just fucks, you know, like.
The cigarettes, of course, everybody's first thought is the cigarettes. How's this?
Does my song fuck? Like, music should fuck. My hands are small, I know, but they're not yours. Say I'm my only. Come on, let's practice the dance for my song that I hate.
She's doing this on her own time, by the way.
So hard. I was in a mental institution, by the way.
Okay. Very good. Great job, Chloe.
She could have pulled it off if she didn't have to do the singing.
The singing, the 800 cigarettes, that's the easiest joke in the world. Yes, of course, in the character of the show smokes, okay? Go to Twitter. You know, I don't like when professional comedians use the most common joke from Twitter as their thing. You see Ethan Klein do this a lot. A lot of comedians do this. Their joke is just whatever the most hack thing Twitter's done. You see this a lot, especially in their specials. You'll see it a lot with Matt Rife. So why is David Spade involved? So David Spade sees this video, starts getting horny. Okay? Damn, I didn't know Chloe Feynman was so hot. You know, you can imagine David Spade sitting there during his Infinite Scroll Day. You know, he's okay. Constantly on Instagram, scrolling. He sees this. He's getting all horny. He's probably on his little pills. And now he wants to get in there, right? So we catch him with this comment. Here it is. Is this, here, this first one. Look at this. David Spade. Here we go. Here it is. Down here. So you've got Chrissy Teigen, okay? She goes, the bra, LOL. You know, I'm furious. I'm scrolling through these comments, furious about what I just saw, the video I just saw, how terrible it was. Here's Lily Rose Depp herself. I'm lolling, and your makeup looks bomb. Okay, and then Chloe immediately responds to her, I'm obsessed with you. Really? Because you were making fun of her. You got caught making fun of her. Now you're obsessed with her?
The Weeknd made her post that.
You love her? You love her so much? You're obsessed with her? Or were you making fun of her? Because it's not really a funny face swap video if you just love her so much. Okay. And then you see here, David Spade, and he writes this. This really got me mad. He writes, and first I see this, I go, Hylar? What's Hylar? And then I see Jules looking over my shoulder, and she goes, Hilaire? Hilaire? I thought this thing said Hylar. I'm like, what is Hylar? Hilaire. So imagine this David Spade. This got me going here. Imagine this David Spade looking at this, and he just wants to say something to her because he's got the hots, right? He's horny.
He can't just be like, hilarious video, Chloe. See you soon. He has to be too cool. He just toss off.
So he tosses his hair, and he goes, Hilaire.
And his hair is dry, by the way.
I was hit with a real aggravation when I saw that. I got real mad. So I commented back. I saw that nobody was responding to David Spade. He got 67 likes here. but no responses. I go, this is the perfect opportunity for me to get in there and, you know, say something to David Spade. And I didn't say anything that bad. I get in here. He says, hilarious. I say, you know, the barf face, please delete your comment. Okay.
That's fine.
Please delete your comment. You know, and I want him to know without having to really explain that guys are watching. We saw what you did. You've been caught. Delete. And to me, I'm in a delete phase now. You know, it's easy. It's not very creative. But I feel like it's very degrading. If I posted something and I was trying to be funny and guys are like, eesh, delete. That's kind of one of the more degrading things you could say to somebody. It would really get under my skin if people were telling me I need to delete all this stuff that I was just showing off with. Oh, yeah, don't post that. Don't post that. I'll put that in the banned words. It'll be a banned word soon. And then when you really need me to delete something, it'll be too late. The listeners that cried wolves. So, yes, please delete your comment. And within a matter of seconds, after posting that, I was banned. Banned by David Spade. For this! For nothing! Banned by David Spade for saying delete. So, I would like to ask our audience to please start legally harassing Spade. Let's see